Hey, Shabbat Shalom Mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Torah Tidbits. This is Torah Tidbits installment number 7, and it's taken from Bereshit, Genesis chapter 28, all the way to chapter 32, verse 3, and it's called Vayetze, which means he went out. And this is basically covering the story of how Jacob has to take his wife and kids and be on the run from Laban. Also, he's kind of on the run from Esau. And so it kind of made me think about, how people who come to Nazari/Messianic Judaism and come to the faith are often ostracized or persecuted by their own flesh and blood, by their family and by their friends. And it reminds me what Yeshua said in Matthew chapter 10. Verses 34 through 36, it says, "Think not that I have come to send peace on the earth." And see, that's one of the greatest arguments of the anti-missionaries, is to say, one of the prophecies is that Messiah will bring peace, and Yeshua never brought peace. Yeah, the first time around maybe not, because he came as Messiah ben Joseph, suffering servant. Next time he's coming as the king, as the son of David, and therefore he will bring peace then. But it says, "I did not come to bring peace, I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man at variance against his father and daughter, against his mother and against his daughter-in-law and her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be of their own household." This happened to Jacob. It happened to David on the run from Absalom. It happened to many of the biblical characters. But listen to what Psalm 27:10 says, "When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." You know what? Even though that your flesh and blood family may reject you, you always have your heavenly Father that will never leave you nor forsake you, never reject you. Not only that, but you have spiritual brothers and sisters in Messiah Yeshua that will be your family, your spiritual father and spiritual mother, your spiritual brothers and sisters, etc. Also, Matthew chapter 12, 46 through 50 says, "While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him." This is talking about Yeshua. "Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto them that told him, Who is my mother? Who is my brethren? And he stretched forth his arms towards his talmidim, towards his disciples, and he said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother." So what was Yeshua's definition of family? Was it flesh and blood? No. It was spiritual family that meant more to him than physical flesh and blood. He said, "Those who do the will of my Father." What's the will of the Father? The Torah. Those who keep the Torah. Those who keep the Torah in Messiah, those are my brothers and sisters. Proverbs 18:24 says, "A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother." And this is talking about spiritual family. This is talking about, Yeshua. So, you've heard the saying that blood is thicker than water. Well, Yeshua's blood is thicker than any human blood, and it's thicker than parental or fraternal blood. So the blood of a Messiah that binds and glues all believers in him together is thicker and more lasting and more of a bond than biological blood could ever be. If you've experienced this desertion of family, you feel like you're on the run from the Labans and the Ishmaels and the Esau's in your family, and you feel like Jacob, and you're on the run. What did David do when all of his men turned against him, when Ziklag was burning? Said that David encouraged himself in the Lord. So, encourage yourself in the Lord. Find refuge and sanctuary with your brothers and sisters in Messiah. Remember that when everybody else deserts you, that God will never leave you nor forsake you nor desert you. And that remember who your true family, your true friends are. When my wife and I converted to Nazari Judaism, we quickly discovered who our true family and friends are. A lot of friends that we had in the Free Will Baptist community deserted us, left us high and dry, have not spoken with us, and they're against us. They claim that we've committed apostasy. They claim, that we're no longer saved. And you know what? If it's just a denomination, a tag, a name on the door that is the bond of your friendship, then it was never a friendship truly to begin with. And thankfully, we still do have friends from, our former Christian life that are still our friends, because, we still, regardless that we're in different sects, regardless that our faiths are a little bit different, we still have Messiah that binds us together. Not only that, but we have things outside of religion that made us friends, our interests, our likes, hobbies, etc. And, so we agree to disagree agreeably in love on many, many things, and we stick to the commonalities. So hopefully this message has struck a chord with you. Hopefully it has encouraged you. And we'll see you next time on Torah Tidbits. Love you guys. You guys are in my thoughts and my prayers. Thank you so much for your comments and for your support through the comments, through your prayers and financial donations. Shalom.